Alright, this is the Wintersteiger Race NC. NC stands for numeral control. It's a completely computer automated, CNC driven stone grinding machine. Best one that you can buy for Alpine and Nordic. It's the highest quality finishes for any type of racing that you're going to do. What makes the NC different? The first thing is going to be how it's designed. The machine's been designed to reduce vibration, so the frame is made out of really heavy duty aluminum steel. With this machine ends up weighing like 3,200 pounds, which is quite a bit for how small it is. So that is the first step against vibration. Secondly, the machine has a smaller stone than normal. The diameter of the stones is less than you'd find on a traditional machine, which also reduces vibration. You can see here, this is a brand new stone, and the thickness of the actual stone grinding material is very thin. Also, the flange in the middle is designed to be balanced, so when we put these stones on the machine, there's a balancing phase that we go through, and I can balance the stone with different bolts around this pattern here to make sure it's vibration free. No other machine has that as an option. Probably a 5-minute switch on the stones for different hardnesses of stones. Softer stones I can get more precise cuts with. So it's really easy for us to change here in the store, and this machine has several different stones that we use with different diamonds, whereas the old machines, swapping over a stone is probably about 45 minute to an hour chore, and really you don't do very often. The next feature we have with the NC is the go-kart wheel, which is softer. It's a little bit easier on the skis as they go through, reduces any hot spots within the pressure curve. Also, this machine creates pressure upwardly rather than from the wheel down. So with the pressure curve, the machine knows exactly how many bars of pressure there is on every section of the ski as it goes, and the stone comes up and goes down in accordance to that. This is the actual dressing unit for this machine. It's enclosed in a latex shield, and like I said, it's all completely computerized and very precise. The actual diamond is at the front of this dressing unit. The cool thing about this machine, the diamond has its own water source. So the water is spraying right on this diamond as it cuts on the stone and keeps it cool. There isn't any other machines around that have that option. I can change this diamond out quickly by just swapping unscrewing this screw and putting a different diamond in. So this is the Wintersteiger Discovery, and this is a traditional dressing unit where the diamond and dressing unit rides on a worm gear, which drives it across and back on the stone. And the worm gear is like a giant corkscrew that goes through. And what that allows the machine to do, it's cut with the 1/10 of a depth into the stone. So I have 3 different choices at a 1/10. And that drives, the dressing unit gets driven across the stone and back. And as it goes, it cuts a spiral, linear, and then it breaks that on the way back. And there are some different speeds that we can control to make different grinds. Whereas on the NC, the machine can actually go in and cut different depths, be very specific at any point along the way on the grind here, on the stone. It can go in, pull back up, change depths. The old machine can only do one depth as it cuts. This machine I can change depths as we go. The thing that we have with the NC is the actual feed system, and that's going to control how straight the skis are as they go through the system. These wheels come in and hold the ski centered, and also we have the centering devices from the V's here. So twofold, holding the ski nice and straight, and reducing any deflection that you might get by the ski not walking straight. If we go into a grind here, you can see that we have a couple different choices on the main screen for grinds that we could select, and I can change the grinds by simply dragging them into the field. and I can link and mirror grinds. I can go in to different phases of the program and set up different grinds, what we can choose from, whether they're chevrons or arcs or traditional broken linears. There's no limit to what we can do for grinds. I can show real-time changes as we work on the screen to get the grinds to where we want them to be. The really cool thing about this is the feed motion, or the diamond depth, is controlled to the 100th. So I can be very specific with the depth of cut. Whereas with the traditional machine you have probably up to a 1/10, and you only have 3 different choices for depth within a 1/10. But we can go all the way to the 100th, and then also we can control 6 different layers of grinds from one screen. So I can actually lay this grind first and then put this over the top and continue. So we aren't limited with what we can do at all. So this is a grind on the Race NC and this is a specific width for a grind, and we can go into the width of structure and actually see that we can control the overall width of this grind, where you're going to see the chevron, and then on the outside portions of this grind it's going to just be a fine linear, and you can see that that linear cut is shown in the display screen here with the parameters that we have next to it. Now with this grind we actually have a different depth of cut on the edges than we do with the actual pattern in the center. This is something that is specific to the Race NC, and no other machine can actually do that.